All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Thought I'd do a little live stream to catch up on what's happening or what I believe is happening. And I believe what is happening right now is a huge distraction campaign by the Democrat Party, along with some rhino Republicans. We saw it today with Kristi Noem in Congress being testifying, Department of Homeland Security. And it's playing out very well for a lot of people. Make sure you let me know how the audio is. How is that down below? Let me know in the chat. More importantly, let me know where you're watching from. Now, a lot of people are freaking out about gas prices going up. I got gas this afternoon. Hasn't went up at all. But that's I'd love to know what you think, where you're located at. Now, with that being said, do you all think that this is a distraction campaign by the Democrat Party, by rhino Republicans? Are Democrats using Operation Epic Fury to stop the SAVE Act from being passed? It looks like John Thune is allowing the Senate to go home and recess. He is keeping 3 people in the Senate to prevent Donald Trump from passing his appointments with no Senate approval. So he is stopping the United States from accomplishing anything. And it's really eerie how things are happening. Bill Melugin had a question for Senate, I think he's the minority leader, Timu Obama, which I think is a good name for this guy. It's pretty fitting. I want to show you this. So this is Bill Melugin talking to Hakeem Timu Obama's Jeffries.
Thank you, Leader Jeffries. Back in 2011, Nancy Pelosi said that then President Obama didn't need congressional approval to bomb Libya. Now House Democrats say President Trump needs that approval to bomb Iran. What's the difference?
Well, obviously, Libya and the circumstances connected to that were very different than the circumstance that we face in Iran right now. I mean, I don't even understand the genesis or basis of that question. Not suggesting that you're not asking it in good faith.
Libya went on for 7 months.
As I've indicated, first of all, I was not in Congress at the time. So we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now, which is a catastrophic, endless war, as Donald Trump has characterized it, without any justification that there was going to be a preeminent assault or attack on the United States of America, either in our homeland or as it relates to our interests in the Middle East. The administration is not even pretending like they have intelligence or information at this point publicly. And certainly there's been nothing that has been presented to us privately to justify a preemptive strike of this nature that has triggered an all-out war in the Middle East. And by the way, Donald Trump is the one who said in the aftermath of the 12-day war that Iran's nuclear program has been completely and totally obliterated. Not my words, his words.
I like how Hakeem Jeffries does this here. And it's very easy to see. And once you sort of see the way that the Senate operates, the way that these Democrats operate, it's hard to avoid. But just like anything, as you learn new things, as you get new and further evidence, new intelligence, the game changes. If not, we would still be stuck in the political world of Joe Biden. Donald Trump came back into office and things started to change. We started to become a little more aware of how much corruption was going on. We became aware of how much fraud was going on. We became aware of what Iran was trying to do. And it seems like right now, Iran is in the FO stage of the FA and FO. Hakeem Jeffries throwing shade at Trump is very ironic considering they didn't say a damn word in 2011. Not a damn word. And that's where I'm really, that's where it really gets down to the core. And we're starting to see the partisan politics. And more importantly, we're starting to see members of the right, conservatives that many of you have trusted, also starting to turn on America. That's what I think. And I believe they're violating the Hatch Act on a daily basis. It says that's the Democrats for you. Absolutely. It is the Democrats for you. Post your gas prices down there. I'd love to see it. 47 solved, 47 years of hell. Yeah, it's pretty ironic that 47 years ago was when the Iranian hostages were taken, or Americans were taken hostage by the Iranians. 47 years later, President Trump's in office. That's, I'm going to give that to you. I think that is a very little bit of irony.
Amen.
And I like irony.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
I really like irony. Here's a question for you that some of you may not know. Do you know what percentage of oil Iran supplies to China? What percentage of China's oil comes from Iran? Does anybody in the chat know this? I saw this. I had to look it up. It's about 80% of their oil supply comes, there you go, Justin Bundy, 80%. So I believe what Trump has done, and then the other 20%, I think it's right on that cusp, of oil that went to China was from Venezuela. So indirectly, by Donald Trump going after Venezuela first and then against Iran, you are cutting the head off of the snake for China. And that is going to absolutely destroy their financial market. John Baker, 80%, absolutely. This is an indirect move on China. It's great to see. It really is. Because I believe that's the overall game. That is the overall end game, is detracting, destroying, wrecking China's economy. And if we have to do it in a roundabout way, we should. We should call somebody. Hibiki. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who Hibiki is. Thank you for watching, Hibiki. The only thing I'm upset, somebody says the only thing I'm upset about, they didn't see this coming. I think they actually did, though. I think that's why Trump's trying to do so much. He knows. Do you think the same people? You know, I think Trump realizes he's less than 3 years now. He's got less than 3 years for real change on the world stage for America. For America. And there's a lot of people that are standing in the way. And there's a lot of people that are going to latch onto this epic fury operation, and they're going to slow roll the SAVE Act. And Donald Trump came out and posted this from the White House X account today. It says, pass the Save America Act. American elections are rigged, stolen, and a laughing stock all over the world. We're either going to fix them or we won't have a country any longer. President Donald J. Trump. I could not agree more. And I'll tell you something that Iran has that we don't have: secure elections. Iran has secure elections. They actually require ID, and they dip your thumb in ink. Thumb in the ink, so you only get one vote. We don't have that. Trump says America's elections are rigged, stolen. We're either going to fix them, we won't have a country. All voters must show ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. Now, illness, we could classify the Democrat Party under that whole thing, but we would need the DSM-5, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if mental illness falls into that, but you're absolutely right. Cassandra, thank you for the memberships. We always try to get 5 new memberships here on the channel. If you can join the channel as a member, really helps the channel become a little more aware, or it makes YouTube realize that, hey, this guy's not doing anything wrong. Share his content. Okay. Northeast Oklahoma, 239. I think I got gas for 220. 228, 229, I guess 229, 228, 9, whatever you want to call it. I like the idea of ink. MAGA. I do too. That's how she says it. Okay. But that's where I believe we're going with the SAVE Act. I think that the Democrat Party is going to use this as a distraction. I believe John Thune is not carrying through with his obligation as the Senate Majority Leader. He's not pushing it. They're voting on stupid crap to avoid this. Let me show you this one. Oh, hold on. This was probably clip of the day by Christy Noem. This is Senator Coons. Listen to this clown.
You rule out the deployment of ICE or CBP to polling places this November.
There are no plans to have ICE officers at our polling locations. And
I'm glad to hear that, but would you rule it out? Would you say it will not happen?
do you plan on illegal aliens voting in our elections, Senator?
You rule out the deployment.
That is a mic drop moment. Do you plan on illegal migrants voting in the elections? That's the only reason you wouldn't want ICE outside of the voting polls, is if you were going to have people that weren't supposed to be there. The only people that freak out when a police officer pulls up behind them are criminals. The only people that are probably going to get out of their vehicles and run from ICE agents are criminal migrants. But why do you think that Senator Coons, a Democrat, would try to get her on the record saying that Red Thune is going to send them home on vacation? Yeah, he's sending them home on recess. I believe as of Friday, the Senate will be in recess. They got to go home and fundraise and tell you how they're going to save America if you donate to them. And we know that's not going to happen. Senate Republicans are frustrated as Democrats prioritize the House bill over DHS funding. This is piss poor. This is absolutely ridiculous what they're doing. I love what she said. I do too. Listen to this part. And, you know, I've been talking about this for a while, and I don't know why anyone else hasn't really latched onto this. It doesn't make sense to me why that everyone is so concerned about the Jeffrey list, but at the same time, we're not worried about actual children that are still children running around
Accompanied alien
or
children,
locked up.
Were lost by the Biden administration, not tracked. We've located about 145,000 of them, and we've done that through the investigative work of our Homeland Security Investigations team. They are phenomenal at the work that they do, and they specialize in child trafficking, sex trafficking, and finding individuals that would perpetuate that harm against our children. The one thing that has been challenging is that under the Biden administration, the government paid sponsors in HHS in order to host these children. And those sponsors, many times, we found instances where they trafficked these children themselves. So under that administration, we not only had children that were in this country as a part of a program, the government was paying individuals that were knowingly trafficking them and abusing them.
The government was paying them. I say every member of Congress that approved that funding should be called to testify. Did you know you were paying for the government to run the largest human trafficking operation in the world?
That has stopped. We have gone through and found these children and put them back with their families when we have the opportunity to do so, and with loved ones that will care for them. And I would say that even in one case, we have other countries where we've been working with them to get their children back home, where we've been prevented returning these families back and helping them to be reunified by activist judges. But we will continue to work to.
Someone in the chat said that they can't use they can't use Epic Fury to stop the SAVE Act from being passed. I'm going to say prove me wrong, because they are going to stall at every opportunity. They are going to stall. Tell me why they can't use the conflict. I would love to know why you think they can't do that. Somebody says, Clint, leave the chat. I have no idea who Clint is. obviously somebody that's triggering somebody in the chat, which I love the trolls. I love trolls in the chat. I haven't used the flusher in like 2 live streams. So let me know if who the trolls are, and we'll get rid of them. But the Democrat Party is going to try to stall, lie, deny, counter-accuse. That is their repeated, that's just their repetitive thing. Test. Why are you wearing a hat indoors? Didn't your parents teach you decorum? Hold on. I know what they did teach me. They taught me how to flush the toilet. They definitely taught me how to do that. Don't want to leave any turds floating in there. Thank you, test. First time we've had to use that in a while. It works. Let's go to cut 3. I think cut 3 is going to be pretty good. This is how low the Democrats will go. Listen to Miss Hasselbeck calling out Megyn Kelly.
For one, Megyn Kelly's clip that we ran before saying who those troops died for. How dare you, Megyn Kelly? How dare you tell a military person who has sacrificed their lives for our nation in our uniform, when they are sacrificing their lives in our uniform, how dare you tell them or their families or our nation what they died for?
Oh, you better be careful. She'll come right back at you. She's like a roller derby.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of her. But I have my heart with my friends in the military. You do not get to author.
So Megyn Kelly comes out and says that the people that died, the service members that died because of or died for Israel. Now, I don't know how Megyn Kelly comes off saying that, why she should say that, but it's not been very long since the good old Megyn Kelly was singing a different tune for other genders. We'll just say that. And I think it is very, very disgusting that Megyn Kelly would say something. Here, let me see if I can find that clip. Let's see if I can find that. Megyn Kelly. I quit. I'll tell you, I went through my X account today. I unfollowed about 200 people. I went through my YouTube subscriptions. I unsubscribed to about 200 people because I'm so fed up with the grifter class. I am very fed up with the shills, with the black pill doom. I just can't deal with that anymore. It's something I don't need in my day-to-day vocabulary. You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of you, that's exactly why I can't stand him. He lied like a rug every time he opens his mouth to spew his garbage. William, I don't know who you're talking about, but good job. Let's see if I can find this. Megyn Kelly. See if I can find this. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Looky what we got here. A little Megyn Kelly. Listen to what old Megyn Kelly talks about and tell me if you like this.
People with me on stage right now are all transgender kids who want others to know it is possible to transition socially with love and support and acceptance within a family and a community. Please welcome 16-year-old Nicole, 12-year-old Daniel, 14-year-old Gia, 15-year-old Landon, and 13-year-old Stella. Their parents are also here. Good morning, everyone.
I'm glad Megyn Kelly is so proud of this. So proud to be on a stage with a bunch of gear shifters.
This is Gira Goldstein, who's a transgender woman who is the co-founder, along with Jen Grosslandler, who you just met.
And that's a woman? All right, then. Okay. Now, I don't know about you. Let me know in the chat what you think of Megyn Kelly, because she has suddenly become another pariah, a semen demon. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. I can't even believe I said those words. Let's go here. Let's do a little poll here. How much? Oh, let's just do this one. Do you like Megyn Kelly? What has she done? She has fallen so far from any level of credibility in my page. She's one of the ones I unfollowed too. She's one of the ones. I had like a whole list of them that I got rid of today because I just can't, I can't deal with the drama. I can't deal with the anger. More importantly, I don't think I can deal with the damn lies. And there's a lot of it. Look at this. This is, I don't know if this is funny, if it's ironic, or if it's just damn fitting. Let me know what you think of this clip here. This is good. This is really good. Little smiley face there. God bless you.
On the ground just outside of Tel Aviv. Good morning, Trey.
Yeah, Bill, Dana, good morning. I do want to just start with some breaking news here before I show you the scene of one of these cluster munition impacts just outside of Tel Aviv. But I'm told by a senior Israeli official that the Israelis just struck the Supreme Council gathering where the Iranians were meeting to choose a new supreme leader. This is a significant development and again speaks to the Israeli intelligence about this war. They just targeted the meeting in Tehran where what's left of the leadership was gathering to choose a new supreme leader. The Iranians are continuing their attacks against Israel. Right now, we are in the community of Bnei Brak. It's a religious community outside of Tel Aviv. And you can see where the police and first responders say part of a cluster munition that was attached to the warhead of a ballistic missile slammed into this apartment block. 7 people were wounded, 1 woman moderately. And I want to just show you the scene here in Bnei Brak. You can see the amount of destruction behind me. There is debris and rubble all over this community. And again, police and first responders say it's a miracle that no one was killed. People were home at the time, and this entire area is filled with children because the Israelis are celebrating the holiday of Purim. And so
this is amazing. The intelligence that the Mossad, the IDF, the Israelis have to be able to go and wipe all of them out at their meeting where they were selecting the new leader. And apparently the new leader is the Ayatollah's son. So, you know, we're probably not going to get any real change there. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of real, what do you want to call it? Not a whole lot of real change with their policies. Let's just call it policies. I'll show you here. Here we go. Right here, I don't know how to say his name. He's the son of the Ayatollah. Has been selected as the new supreme leader. Many believe he's actually more of an extremist than his father. So the U.S.'s response to this is going to be interesting. Iranian regime has not publicly confirmed the selection. I wouldn't either, because everybody that they've picked, they've killed within minutes. Somebody says, how many hours do you give this guy to survive once they call him out? How long do you give this guy? Dead Man Walking? That was a good movie. Walking the Mile. Walking the Mile. Walking the Mile. You remember that? He looks happy. He looks constipated. And for anybody, I saw somebody say that they love Megyn Kelly. How does anyone trust Megyn Kelly when she believes girls can become boys and boys can become girls? I want you all right now, if I ever come on this channel and I make the statement to you that my dog Fred just became Francine, unsubscribed, and never watch my channel again. And then I want you to ask yourself, who took Ben hostage? Ben, are you still looking for guitars? Yeah, I actually Somebody said Polymarket, 85% chance to win the House. You're probably right. I wouldn't doubt it. Ben, are you still looking for guitars? Yeah, the one that was sitting on that rack back there, I mailed out today. Thank you, Ben. You'll rock. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you ever see me grifting for gear shifters, send the FBI. Look at this. This is good. Old John Kennedy. Now I've called out John Kennedy before because he wanted to send like $500 billion to Ukraine, but this is funny. This is good.
I think the president did the right thing. 6, 7 presidents have talked about it. He did it. We don't know what's going to happen, but I would call it a success if for no other reason but that Khamenei is dead. The Ayatollah won the coin toss and he elected to receive. And, my feeling is may he rest in pieces. He was a brutal dictator.
May he rest in pieces. That's pretty good. I got a poll in the chat. I want to see what anybody thinks about this. I want to know if you think that people can change their race. If I'm white and suddenly I just came on the next show and I'm like, yo, I'm black. Would any of you believe me? Would any of you believe me? I have a couple of guitars and donate once the weather gets better. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, don't send them in this kind of weather. Somebody said they identify as a cat. Okay. Here, kitty. I'm glad to know that you poop in a box. You're disgusting. Here's some of the comments from the Democrats on this post by Kennedy. I find it disgusting to think of another human like that. They're actually calling for respect to the Ayatollah. Never forget the people defending the Ayatollah Khomeini celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. They dance in the street. Somebody said there's no coin game started at the behest of the Israeli influence. They always blame the Jews, don't they? Here's an updated picture of the Khomeini. That's an updated photo of Ayatollah Khomeini. Rest in pieces. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. Says he has better joke writers than nightly talk shows. Iran has won the coin toss and they elect to receive. I don't know what kind of plane that is, but that's a hell of a bomber right there with all the tanks and missiles or torpedoes. I think they're air torpedoes. That's what missiles actually are. What do you think about this? Man, this is beautiful. That gives me that feeling like I'm climbing rope in gym class. So 4% of you think you can change race. 4% of you think you can change the race out of 300 people. Okay, so B-52, okay. I was a submarine guy. I don't really understand a lot of the aircraft identifiers. I have no idea. So 4% of you think you can change race. Can you change your gender? Let's see how many people of you think that. Can you change your gender? 4% said I can go from white to black. I can't wait to see how many people answer this one. I can't wait to see how many people are legitimately unstable. Megyn Kelly, once you say that you think kids can change their gender, you've lost all credibility in my book. This meme is spreading. Breaking Ayatollah Khomeini is now eligible to vote as a registered Democrat in the upcoming midterms. Right. He'll be voting for Hakeem Jeffries or something. I don't know. That's a good meme. It's funny that it's trending. Somebody says we can't change our chromosomes. I want you to convince a Democrat of that. Convince a Democrat that you can't change your chromosomes. And then get back to me. Get back to me on that one. Where is this one? Uh-oh. Okay. Syria is sending thousands of troops to Lebanon? Look at this chaotic mess that's going on. They're all going to jump on this. They are all going to jump on this. Syria sends thousands of troops to Lebanon border, sources say. Reinforced its border with Lebanon with rocket units, thousands of troops, 8 Syrian Lebanese sources. That's not good. That is not good for a lot of cases. Syria, I'd be careful where you put your nose into things, is what I would do. Let's go here. I want to see what's happening. U.S. consulate in Dubai is on fire after an Iranian drone strike in Dubai. What in the hell is going on here?
Suspected Iranian drone. You can see a plume of smoke in the background and people in the foreground taking video and expressing alarm over it. David, to something you said about how these Gulf nations will have to endure, there is the question of how much endurance they have, their capacity for doing that. Do they have the ear of the president in the sense that if they go to the United States and they say, we can't do this anymore, would he listen? Would it change the U.S.'s approach?
Well, look, the U.S. is their major patron. 8 months ago, what were we discussing with the UAE? How many days
in Dubai?
This is pitiful. The fire is out now. I think the damage has been done. U.S. consulate in Dubai. This smells a lot like Benghazi. That's what it feels like to me. Let's see here. I want to see this one too.
The British have a consulate down there as well. A couple of years ago, I was.
See here what old Trey Yinks is saying. A lot of people think he's using a green screen. Is he using a green screen?
Dubai and went through that whole area. I mean, that is an area deep in the heart of Dubai. And again, it's the old city. So that is a very prestigious location. For the Iranians to send a drone into that area, I mean, that's very brazen, and that's got to provoke a response from the Emirates.
Absolutely. And there were some satellite images circulating earlier this week that showed when the Iranians started to attack the UAE, the plumes of black smoke rising from cities like Dubai, right next to the Palm Island, this man-made island chain, were so large they were picked up on satellite images. And again, it gives you a sense, anyone who's ever been to Dubai, this is a very advanced city, modern infrastructure, very tall hotels and buildings. And the fact that these Iranian drones are now soaring through the skies of Dubai and Abu Dhabi and other areas within the Gulf, it indicates that the Iranians are going after A, civilian infrastructure, but B, infrastructure that's never seen war since it's been built.
What kind of military does Dubai have? What kind of military do they have? I don't know. I really don't know what kind of military that they've got to respond to this, but I do believe that, I believe Iran is kicking a lot of hornets' nests here, maybe more than they can chew.
As I came in, I also saw the media reports about Dubai's consulate. The last update I had with seconds before getting before these cameras was that a drone unfortunately struck a parking lot adjacent to the Chancellery building and then set off a fire in that place. All personnel are accounted for. As you're aware, we began drawing down personnel from our diplomatic facilities in advance of this. In the cases, for example, of Beirut, we basically drew down to bare bones, as well as in Baghdad and in Erbil and in a couple other posts as well. So we've been very fortunate, obviously, but our embassies and our diplomatic facilities are under direct attack from a terroristic regime.
Democrats, I'm assuming, will probably, not want to talk about that. They probably won't want to talk about that. What do you think? The embassies are under attack? Was Trump right about this too? The CCP, which is China and Russia, well, CCP state-owned enterprise, funneled money to the Democrat Party in Georgia. Tampa-based company with Chinese state-owned enterprise been accused of funneling foreign-linked contributions into Georgia for Ossoff and Warnock. If this is true, look at this. $44,000 across 1,332 transactions. Biden for president, $17,000. Biden Victory Fund, $13,000. Other committees, such as those supporting Reps Ted Lieu, Mary Newman, Tammy Baldwin, Ed Markey, Chuck Schumer. For Georgia specific, Ossoff, Warnock, Georgia Senate Victory Fund. $742 for him, $500 for him. Does this change anything with the election that happened? Once again, Trump is right, or it damn sure looks like he's right. Look at this. Let's go here. U.S. Central Command releases footage of a Navy-guided missile destroyer delivering unrelenting firepower. I love that phrase, unrelenting firepower. Being a military veteran, Navy veteran myself, this is good. I love this. I thought brain transplant was possible. Are you guys sure gender can't be changed? Right.
Schools got pissed off. But
You've
if you
gotta
don't win,
love that. Here's more footage. U.S. military vaporizes some Iranian drones. I saw somebody in the chat say that every conservative. What was that from Audrey? Let me grab that comment from Audrey while this is playing. Look at that. You've got to love the taking out the drones. You've got to love this. This is what makes me proud to be an American with the capabilities that they have. Where was here's the comment from Audrey. Let's pull this up. Audrey, every conservative would have been outraged if Biden had done this exact same thing with Iran. It would be ridiculous to pretend otherwise, but since Trump did it, most conservatives love it. You know what, Audrey? I'm going to say this. If Biden would have done something to stop Iran, I would have, without a shadow of a doubt, supported him. But the only thing Joe Biden did was send money to Ukraine. So, Audrey, I think your wires are a little disconnected. I think you're a little off base, maybe out of your league with the comment. But feel free when I'd love to talk to you. Let's see here. Thank you very much. What a great comment. Oh, a troll just sent me a message. You're a F-word idiot. Let me see here. Please this is my standard reply to trolls. Please feel free to enjoy the next 3 years of Trump as your president. That usually calms down the trolls, or it enrages them a little more. Audrey, I hope that it enrages you a little more. I really do. Somebody sent me a really nice comment. I hope she doesn't mind me reading this. This morning, there was a lady that called in and read some scripture out of the book of Revelation. It says, when the lady called and was reading scripture from the book of Revelation, you said you got goosebumps on the back of your neck. I did. It was a little prophetic. Says, in my opinion, that was your grandfather. He's with you. You talked about him during your Sunday sermon on the book of Revelation. He was the one of your guardian angels. I actually would probably agree with that. Prayers for your health, prayer for your family. Keep strong, stay blessed. Trolls, thank you for giving me the energy to do this. Right? I really appreciate that. And thank you for that comment. That's a nice one. I don't get many nice comments, so whenever I do, I really appreciate it. I usually get a lot of hate mail If you all read my hate mail, you would think, oh my God, Ben is literally Schmittler. You would think I was a fascist, but I'm not. President Trump has just cut off all trade with far left Spanish government. They refuse to let America use bases in their country to strike Iran. They're going to need something. And when they do, Trump holds a grudge. I am glad that we have a president that holds a grudge.
In fact, I told Scott to cut off all dealings with Spain. Spain, first of all, it started when every European nation, at my request, paid 5%, which they should be doing. And everybody was enthusiastic about it, Germany, everybody. And Spain didn't do it. And now Spain actually said that we can't use their bases. And that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it. But we don't have to. But they were unfriendly. And so I told him we don't want to. Spain has absolutely nothing that we need other than great people. They have great people, but they don't have great leadership. And as you know, they were the only country that in NATO would not agree to go up to 5%. I don't think they would have agreed to go up to anything. They wanted to keep it at 2%, and they don't pay the 2%. So we're going to cut off all trade with Spain. We don't want anything to do with Spain. In fact, I told Scott.
Do you care if we cut off trade with Spain? Do you care? I don't think I care. It's like if we cut off trade with Ukraine. I looked around my house. I don't own anything made in Ukraine. I'm drinking some iced tea, not made in Ukraine. You don't elect leaders, then question everything they do. Bingo. You've got to trust the guy that you put in office. You've got to let him have time. And I just say right now, Trump, we got to let you cook, baby. We got to let you cook. And when we let Trump cook, he's going to make the right decisions. He has so far. He has made the right decision on, he's ended 8 wars, and he's not started an actual war. That's a red-tailed hawk call, not an American bald eagle, just an FYI. I don't know. I think it is an eagle. I think it's a bald eagle. It sounds like a bald eagle to me. In the chat, is that an eagle? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I think it's an eagle. It says it on the inside. What does it say? Bald screeching eagle is what it says on the inside of the hat. So you guys can kick. I think it's an eagle. And if I believe it's an eagle and I wear hearing aids, it's an eagle. And you're just jealous because you don't have a hat that screams like an eagle. You don't have an eagle hat. And I don't know if you can really consider yourself to be cool without an eagle hat. All right? That screech is too loud in the mic. Sorry, I'm sitting right next to it. What comes from the Spain? Anything? I don't know. No idea what comes from Spain. Really don't care. I really don't care what comes from Spain. We got anybody from North Carolina? North Kakalaki? Here's one for you. Oh, John Fetterman. A head injury really worked out well for him.
The top 55 of them were killed, and I think they just blew up 80 of the randoms mullahs, too. Which, I mean, that was pretty great, actually. So, all right.
Senator, administration.
We go from a good senator to this moron, to ladybugs. Never Google ladybugs Lindsey Graham either. Never been to Spain, 3 Dog Night? I don't know about that. No idea. Lindsey Graham, I can't give that guy time of day. Let's see here. Let's go. Why not right? Let's see what we got. Let's go with an update here. Looks like everything Jerusalem, Beirut, Tel Aviv, Doha Nothing's happening right now. I don't know if that's smoke or fog. Smoke on the water. Who sang that? Was that I forget who sang Smoke on the Water. But there is 4 cameras: Jerusalem, Doha, Tel Aviv, and Beirut. I don't see anything happening right there. I want to do this though. Let's go right. Oh, Deep Purple sang it. Thank you very much. I had guitar lesson today after my trip to the VA. I had a health appointment or a doctor's appointment at the VA today. And hopefully I'm going to survive. I don't know. Who knows? I want to grab some calls from some people. If you want to call in, just make sure that when you do call in that you just turn your phones down. Turn your phone down. I'll grab some calls here. Love to talk to you. And you post your email address. Let's go here. Line 2, kick us off with a good call.
Hi, Ben. This is Carolyn again from Michigan.
Carolyn in Michigan. What you got?
Yeah, I just want you to post your email address because I have something I want to send you.
I hope it's not with the heading, watch this. If you send me an email and it says, watch this, I will delete it and block you.
No, it's about the Book of Revelations.
About the Book of Revelations. My email address is going across the bottom of the screen right now. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're the best, Carolyn. I don't care what your liberal neighbors or any of the trolls say about you. God bless you. There you go. It's going across the screen right now. There's my email address. Let's grab this one. Line 2. What do you got, line 2? Kick us off with a good call.
What's up, Ben? Hey, it's H. Walder calling from upstate New York.
Thank you for calling.
Hey, I want to kind of a little off topic.
How far off topic? I don't want to talk about.
No, it's something kind of. I think it's very important. It's very quick and to the point.
All right,
I'm not going to waste your time, sir.
All right, let's hear it. What you got?
Prison ministries. I've been in prison and I've worked in prisons.
Okay.
The imams are in there converting all these young men. You go back to John, whatever, go wherever you want. Young men, white guys from trailer parks, guys from the ghetto in Philly. Doesn't matter. There is more Muslims in there and they're converting As a Christian pastor told me, we are saving souls. They are taking souls. So if you have a way to support a prison ministry, yes. If you have a way to support a prison ministry in any way, I think it's very important.
Find me something and email me. Find me something and email me.
All right, yeah, I will.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you very much. Send me an email. I would love to help. Really would. Love to help them turn their life around. There's a lot of veterans in prison. Line 4. Line 4. What you got?
How you doing, Ben?
Amazing.
Hey, are you a barter or trader at all?
A trader? You mean TRADER or AITOR? Because I'm not a trader to the country.
I know you're an American. So you're
okay, gotcha. Okay. What are you trying to trade?
I'll make a deal with you. I'll get you a couple of those screaming chicken hats if you'll trade me for one of your Ditto cups.
You know, I only have one Ditto head cup.
Oh, now that's not what you told me before when I tried to get one out of you before. You said you had like 2.
Oh, I've got a couple of EIB network cups, but the actual Ditto head cup, man, I'm going to tell you right now, those were given to me and they don't make any new Rush Limbaugh cups. It would have to be something really good. It would have to be something good for me to do that. Send me an email with something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out there. I don't know about trading stuff like that. It would be like me getting rid of this. Have you seen one of these before? Where's that? 2F by T. This is an unopened Rush Limbaugh bottle of tea, peach tea. It'd be like that. I still haven't figured out what to do with the Rush Limbaugh autographed book. Let's go here. Line 3. Go. Line 3.
And I have a great story. I'm
no
right now
life
looking at my
stories.
dad's
No
folded
life
flag.
stories.
Say again?
No life stories, but make it hit me with your best shot.
I'm looking at my dad's folded flag, and that's what I stand for is red, white, and blue. I look at that, and I remember every service member, and it just warms my heart, and that's all I got to say.
You know what, man? I've got a flag up there on my shelf that was it was given to my grandmother at my grandfather's funeral. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. Let's see here.
Man, I knew we had something in common.
My grandfather, here we go. I'll show you right here. My grandfather was a World War II. He joined the Army, and then they put him in the Army Air Corps, and he was a belly gunner on B-20. He climbed in the bottom of the plane in this little ball and shot guns out of it. That's what he did.
Yeah, I know. My parents worked on the F-4E in Lowry Air Force Base, so we know.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you calling, brother. Thank you.
Thanks,
God bless
man.
you.
Love you, man.
You too. Take care, brother. God bless you. Yeah, that's my grandfather there, a World War II veteran. Line 4. Go right ahead, line 4.
What's going on, my man, Ben? It's J-Rod.
How you doing, J-Rod? What you got?
All right, man. You got an early show. I got something I'd like to say about that lady, what Audrey sent in.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can find her comment. What would you like to say?
It was about Biden, you know.
Yeah, here we go. I got her comment right here. It says every conservative would have been outraged if Biden had done this. Exact same thing with Iran. It would be ridiculous to pretend otherwise, but Trump did it, so conservatives don't care. What would you say?
Well, I got a response to that.
Okay.
You damn right I would have took offense to it. Did you see that Afghan pull out?
He left a lot of equipment there, didn't he?
You think I would? Yeah, $80 billion. You think I want Biden in control of what just happened under Trump?
You know,
man, it would have been hell. Everything would have fell on the United States.
You know, didn't a bunch of American soldiers die at Abbey Gate? Wasn't that what it was called?
That's exactly right. If you can't pull out of Afghanistan, then you dang sure can't do what Trump just did over and was still continuing to do.
Yeah, that Biden-Afghan pullout was dangerous. I think 12 or 13 Americans died there. Is that right?
It was 13. I remember that because he's looking at his watch like it was on his nerves. He had something else better to do when they showed up on American soil.
And the other thing is that Biden left 10,000. Let me see if I can find this. I think he left 10,000 Americans there at the initial pullout.
I can't remember the exact number, but it was a lot.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
As a Republican, no, I'm glad Joe Biden didn't do this because it would have been a whole failure. Everybody, his whole administration. What's that old black guy that left out of his post and went to the doctor and everything nobody ever knew?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It wasn't Milley. It was the other clown, the Joint Chief. Yeah. Or
you got people like that would have been over that, man. Come on. So yeah, as far as that goes, that's my opinion on that.
Thank you, J-Rod. God bless you. I appreciate the reminder of that.
God bless you.
Somebody said $80 million worth of equipment. I think you're right. Line 2, go. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2, I think your microphone is working. I can hear you. What would you like to say? The heavy breathing really doesn't turn me on. I'll say that. Okay. All right. We'll hang up on you then. I gave you 3 hellos. 3 hellos and it didn't work. So goodbye. Lines are still open. Go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hi, Ben. You know what? I never recall him having sexual relationships or never inhaling on that. You know, so I believe him. I believe Clinton all the way, don't you?
You believe Bill Clinton?
100% absolutely. I don't think he's to blame at all.
Blame for what? You don't think he's to blame for anything?
I think he was a great president, and we miss him. Don't you miss him?
Did you vote for Bill Clinton?
Hell no. Have a good night.
All right, there we go. All right, somebody's into the sauce a little early this afternoon is what I'm guessing. Into the sauce a little early. I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Let's go here. Let's see what else we've got. Kind of breaking news. Line 1, we're back at the top of the scoreboard. What you got, line 1?
Frank, Arkansas, to full-blown mega. Hey, chat, you can all call me Trent.
Trent, what's up, Trent?
Well, my friend, when you hit your eagle hat, my dog goes nuts. I love it.
Oh,
she
wow.
tilts her head, stares at that TV. And other than that, I am so aggravated with the whole Democrat Party. George Washington would have had him hung.
You know, I brought up this morning that I believe Donald Trump has freed more slaves than Abraham Lincoln. And I believe he's freed more people. I believe more people were held captive, more blacks were held captive by the Democrat Party than what Lincoln freed during the Civil War from slavery. Because I believe that Trump woke up Black America, and he doesn't consider them dumb, that they can't read and they can't get ID. That's what I think. God bless you. Lines are open. Let's see what else we got here. Man, these calls are coming in. Line 5. What do you got, line 5? You can't figure it out? I can't either. If you can't figure it out, I can't either. It's 6:30 here. Me and Evan Williams are enjoying your show. Evan Williams. I knew that guy. I used to be an alcoholic. Line 1.
Ben, old boy, I'm down here in Louisiana watching the sunset, sitting there after I got off my scooter. It's been a nice year and a half with you, buddy. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you very much. You have a great evening. God bless you. I got some family down there in Louisiana. Let's go here. Line 2.
Hi, Dad.
I can barely hear you. It sounds like you're talking in a bucket.
Oh, God.
No talking in buckets. I think we're going to outlaw talking in the buckets on here. We'll outlaw talking in the buckets. No bucket callers. That's my new rule. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. I think we're about to hear the craziest idea ever. Line 3. What you got, line 3?
Yeah, Ben, it's Dave in Virginia.
What's up, Dave?
I'll tell you what. I think that they treated Kristi Noem like a Spanish Inquisition there at the hearings today. Even the Republicans. I hated the way they treated her there.
You know, it's pretty disrespectful. And if the roles were reversed, they just tried it with Hillary. They said it was sexist the way that they treated Hillary. So I believe that the Democrat Party was sexist in the way that they treated Kristi Noem. I believe it was sexist. What's your take?
I believe it was completely sexist, and I believe they took it out on her for Donald Trump going over there to Iran because they didn't involve the Congress.
You know what, though? Rubio gave them 48 hours notice. And the reason that he gave them 48 hours notice, and he only gave the gang of 8, it's the 8 senior most senators, is because you can't trust the other ones. Ilhan Omar leaked the information that it was going to happen.
Right.
It's disgusting, but that's exactly what was going to happen, right? We know that.
Yep.
And that's why the news media hates the Trump administration so much. That's the reason these right-wing, well, what used to be right-wing, conservative grifters on YouTube are so angry about is because under the previous administration, they had all these leaks and they don't have that now. And they're pissed because they're losing money with these salacious clicks. And I'll show you what. I don't want to. I could show you easily 5 YouTube channels that do nothing but clickbait people to watch their crap. There's about 4 channels I watch. I watch Barry.
I never do it.
I watch Barry. I watch Doug in Exile or Doug Tenable, good friend of mine. I watch Neil Johnson. And then I watch one liberal YouTuber. His name's David Pakman. He's a wackadoodle, but I can't get enough of watching the crazy person. Thank you for calling,
and I
Dave.
always watch it. I always watch it first, and then I decide if I'm going to click on it or not.
Absolutely. You're the best. Take care, Dave.
Thank you.
Dave's
Bye-bye.
not here anymore.
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here anymore. Dave is not here. Uh-oh. Yeah, go right ahead. Somebody said they may have to. Hey, do your best. Thank you very much. You do you. Let's go here. I want to play this clip here with this clown. Apparently he came up with some crazy idea. Well, how do I get this? How do I get this clip to play? Let's go. Wait, where's it at? Where did it do it? What it do? I don't know how to get it. Well, I guess we won't play that clip. It's basically Eric Swalwell with some crazy idea about using Homeland Security. Wonder what they might have taken that clip down. Old Swalwell's a nightmare. Why wouldn't they, right? Why wouldn't they get rid of Swalwell? Swallows well, I guess is his name. Let's go here. Let's grab a couple more calls. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Line 2, what you got?
Being a schmuck, I'm from Benton, Arkansas. I got to tell you a story about my dad. He was a fighting CB in the Second War. And they had to fight the Japanese and headhunters when they went in there. They still had in New Guinea.
Wow.
I got pictures and everything from that.
Well, you know, Joe Biden's.
So I'll send you some pictures of my dad in New Guinea and Borneo and Wake Island.
He didn't serve with Joe Biden's uncle because Joe Biden's uncle, I want to say he was either eaten by a tiger or some cannibals or something. I remember that story from Joe, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He might have. He's been going for a pretty good while now. I'm 73.
Well,
But,
thank you for calling. I really appreciate that, and thank you for sharing your story. Yes, sir. Line 5. What do we got, line 5? Uh-oh. Oh, you can't figure it out, can you? Somebody can't figure it out with that 434 number. You've tried multiple times. You'll get it eventually. You will understand why you're getting hung up on. Eventually, you will get it. Let's go here real quick. I want to see what we've got cooking right here. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't know what these guys are going to do or where it's going to end, but we've got to stop this. Tar says it shot down 2. Oh, okay. Wow. That's, all right, let's go here. I want to see this.
First to Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin on this breaking news that you're reporting, Jennifer, out of Dubai. What can you tell us?
Well, Martha, diplomatic sources tell me that the U.S. consulate in Dubai was hit by a suspected Iranian drone. It was on fire. It's not clear if that fire is still burning, but it took a direct hit, I'm told. Now, despite this attack on the U.S. consulate and also the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia yesterday, I'm told from a senior U.S. military source that the waves of Iranian missiles have actually slowed down quite significantly, and that is likely because of the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on those missile launchers. The drones is a different story because they are much harder to detect and easier to launch from the backs of trucks and disguise those launches. Yesterday at the Pentagon, we were told there were 3 goals for this operation: to destroy Iran's ballistic missiles, sink Iran's navy, and make sure Iran never has a nuclear weapon. Overnight, the president expanded the U.S. mission to a 4th goal, telling the Wall Street Journal the U.S. would target Iranian proxies in the region and did not rule out ground troops in Iran. The Pentagon's top policy official, Elbridge Colby, who has long lobbied for the U.S. to pivot away from the Middle East to focus on Asia, was in the hot seat before the Senate Armed Services Committee today.
So you do agree with him now that putting boots on the ground is a possible,
Well, I mean, the president has reserved the right
viable
to.
option.
The president has obviously, as he's discussed.
I don't want to know what the president, I've heard what the president said. I want to know what you think.
Well, I'm a lieutenant of the president, so I'm keyed on his intent.
It doesn't matter what he thinks. It matters what the president thinks. That's exactly what matters. And I'm glad that guy answered the question that way.
The U.S. military has sunk all 11 of the Iranian Navy's largest ships, but the Iranians still have the ability to threaten the Strait of Hormuz with an array of small fast boats and by potentially mining the strait. A word about the Iranian Shahed drones, which are terrorizing the Middle East right now. Iran's Shahed 136 drones were first introduced in 2021. They are 11 feet long and 8 feet wide, about the size of an SUV.
That is a big-ass drone. 11 feet in length, 8 feet wide. So that's as big as Lizzo. It moves a lot faster than Lizzo, but that's pretty damn big. Did any of you know these drones were this big? Damn. That's a big drone. It's okay. I've been chatting and cooking. Follow Ben on X. It's a Lizzo minivan size. I say we put Hillary on one of those and fly her over there. She could end the whole damn thing.
They fly slowly, 115 miles per hour, and have a range of more than 1,500 miles. They can be launched from a commercial truck, and their target can be pre-programmed. Their flight time to Gulf states is a matter of minutes, which makes them very hard to defend against. They have been a persistent form of terror used by Russia against Ukraine. The Ukrainians probably...
Wow. Oh, here we go. Now that they released the deposition, they can't use any of it in court. God bless America. You might be onto something there. You could be onto something there. Was the whole goal not to ever bring the Clintons to trial? That could have been the whole damn goal. The whole goal could have just been unfolded. Let's go here. I want to see what's happening over here on these guys. Lines are open if you want to call in. Feel free. Really appreciate distraction, action. Lizzo's bigger. Yeah, Lizzo is bigger. 11 foot long and 8 foot wide. General Petraeus, I don't want to talk to that guy because he betrayed us. I think he was banging his assistant or something like that, at least leaking information to her. Let's go here. Good old Mark Wayne Mullen. This guy, I think he's out of Oklahoma. Is Mark Wayne Mullen Oklahoma or Texas? I can't remember if he's Oklahoma or Texas. Maybe Oklahoma. I can't remember. Let's go here, see what he says.
Thank you, Chairman. I just feel like I need to respond to some things the senator was bringing up by accusing the president of pulling out of a nuclear deal in his first term. It was a horrible deal. It was a disastrous deal. It was a deal that we all know that would originally allow Iran to be able to have enrichment to the grade that they could make a nuclear weapon.
Somebody said the Rubin report. Sorry, I can't do that. Rubin, Rubin and his husband bought some babies. I can't watch anything with a dude that bought babies. And Dave Rubin bought babies. Sorry, I'm not watching Dave Rubin. When you buy children to have them as an accessory, no.
And then for the senator that was saying that the president needs to come back for reauthorization, I don't remember him saying anything in 2016 when Barack Obama at the time dropped 26,000 bombs in Syria, Pakistan, Libya, just to name a few. And I definitely don't remember my colleagues in 2013 at all complaining about the president then Barack Obama, going into Syria. And I would like to ask the question then, what threat did Syria have to the United States? What threat did Libya have to the United States during the Arab Spring to which these leaders were removed? And then I would ask the question, what threat did Iran have to us? Do we really need to talk about it? Do we need to talk about how many times they've killed thousands of Americans since 1979, from the first time they took hostages in November of 1979 to the last time they attacked us in June of 2025? And anybody wants to doubt that they were
Somebody said, how the F do you buy babies? You think Dave Rubin talked some woman into giving him 2 kids? Are you that stupid? Wake up, people. Dave Rubin bought some kids. If you don't think that, you're drunk. You're blinded by your passion for that guy. He's got a weird lifestyle. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He's no different than Pete Buttigieg. He bought some damn kids. The kids are accessories. That's all they are. They are accessories. It's like all the celebrities that buy little chihuahuas, right? So did Pete Buttigieg. Yes, wake up, America. Wake the hell up. Whiskey Man, thank you. I'll unsubscribe. Dave Rubin bought kids. Pete Buttigieg bought kids. That's exactly what they do. These gay couples, these gay men go and buy babies so that they can look and feel accepted. And you might say, well, Dave Rubin's a conservative. Yeah, tell me the other conservatives that are buying babies. Okay? Tell me the other ones that are doing that. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not sorry. I'm really not sorry about that. You got to I'm telling you, I went through my X account today. I'll show you how many I'm subscribed to now. I unsubscribed to about 300 people. Here we go. Here's my X account right here, Navy Vet. I unsubscribed to about 300 people. And my criteria, you want to know my criteria? I only want to follow some people with some life experience. I don't want some guy with a bunch of hair gel and no calluses. Look at this. I unfollowed so many people. Cernovich, I like him. Paul Harrell, Roger Stone. I unfollowed so many people that I just can't describe it. Because I'm not going to listen to people that, number one, I don't agree with their damn, oh God. Can you hate Matt Walsh enough? He's got a new flannel shirt on. He's looking like the brawny guy today. This guy is such an absolute, I don't even know how to describe this guy. He went after disabled veterans. I hope you know that. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's go here. Matt Walsh, disabled veterans. Do you remember that? Where was Matt Walsh at going after disabled vets? Where's he at? Where was he at? I'll find it. Let's see what he says here.
Prosecutors is to spring barbarians loose so that Americans are slaughtered. It happened to Irina Zarutska. It happened to Stephanie Minter. It happened to the victims of the mass shooting in Austin, a 30-year-old man, a 19-year-old man, a 21-year-old woman. And it will continue to happen, whether or not we achieve our objectives in Iran, objectives that to this day still have not been fully articulated. As it stands, this is the status quo you're expected to accept. That we can terminate the supreme leader of Iran, despite all of his security and paranoia and power. But we can't deport Somali fraudsters in Minneapolis. We can't denaturalize scammers and grifters who openly declare for the world to see that they despise the United States and seek to destroy it. We can't get gangster thugs and illegal aliens like Kilmar Abrego Garcia out of the country without 10 different female judges, all of them with foreign last names, issuing an immediate nationwide injunction. We can't imprison the insurance executives who are ripping off Medicaid by sending massive payouts to fake autism treatment clinics.
What is going on in the background here? You got a kayak or a canoe on the wall. You got the talking Billy Bass and the flannel shirt. I can't, I'm sorry. It's like the people that drive the big jacked up trucks and you look under the wheel well and there's no dirt. Somebody says, if you quit this channel for Ben's comments on people like Dave Rubin, you didn't belong here in the first place. I just don't care. I don't care anymore. That's my thoughts. Let me see if I can find a picture of this for all you Dave Rubin lovers. Let's go. Dave Rubin kids. Let's go here. Where is he at? Where's he at with his babies and his husband? Let's go here. I'm just not playing that game anymore. I'm not going to use your pronoun. I'm not going to think it's normal for two gay guys to buy some babies. Oh, here we go. Let's go here. Open image in new tab. There you go. Why Dave Rubin's use of surrogacy should give him conservative pause. It's in 2022. Right? He and his partner were welcoming 2 IVF babies. Which one got the implant? I'm sorry. I'm not playing your games anymore. I'm not using your pronouns. I'm flushing that guy. There you go. I'm just not playing Dave Rubin's bullshit. Let's see here. There you go. I'm just not playing the Dave Rubin game. Let's go here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Give me a call. Bobby, Tennessee. What you got, Bobby?
Yeah, he looked like a Jimmy Dean commercial from the 1970s. You know, I don't know what he's no better than Hillary Clinton saying, "I'm no darn tired of whatever." You know how that goes.
Yeah. I'm just tired of playing people's games. I'm not going to use their pronouns and crap. I'm just not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People just can't be they can't be real anymore. Just be who you are. You know, if you're gay, you're gay. I don't give a shit who you stick, poke, lick, or whatever in your bedroom. Just be who you are. Don't try to keep, playing this role play warping crap. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
It's disgusting.
And I'm not going to play their games and use their damn pronouns. Bobby, let me grab this call. Florida Truckers.
I've got a question real quick. I got a question for you real quick.
Okay, make it quick.
You can answer this anytime you want to. After we are done with Iran and all the Islamists, do you think Trump has a plan to thin out the Islamists that are here in the United States?
I don't know, Bobby. Freedom of religion's part of what the country was built on. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if you can deport somebody because of their religion. I really don't think you can. Freedom of religion is what the country was built on. Let's grab Florida Trucker. Sorry I hung up on you there, brother. What you got?
Oh, that's all right. Wake up, America.
Wake up, America.
Quit eating the yellow snow.
Absolutely. What you got, brother? What would you like to say?
Well, I have a problem with this Sharia. I mean, all this stuff about I just don't understand how stupid people can be about the Islamic. All these people that are, like you said a while ago, they're protesting for this country, that if they went down there, they would literally chop their heads off and carry them around as trophies.
They would throw them off buildings.
They don't.
They would throw Dave
what part
Rubin.
Of that don't they understand?
They would throw Dave Rubin and his boyfriend and both of the babies off the building.
Oh yeah, immediately, if not sooner. And they don't understand. And they had back in '79. I'm old enough. I remember that. I remember when they took the hostages, and we had all that. I mean, and I didn't understand. I still don't understand why we allowed them to even come into our country. They do not assimilate. They do not. Their values have no purpose in the United States. They have no. They don't even need to be here, period, at all. Especially the mosque. I understand freedom of religion. Okay, that is one of our basic implemented rules, and that's why we became who we are. It's freedom of religion. But when a religion is a toxic fester, it does nothing but breed just to continue, against our morals and values. Then how can it be allowed?
It borders on a cult. It borders on a cult.
Yeah. I don't think it borders. I think it's full-fledged.
You could be right.
Charlie Kirk, they killed him because they knew that President Trump and Vance were setting it up to where actually the way they had it set up, what they were planning on was that Vance was going to come in behind Trump and Charlie Kirk was going to come in behind Vance.
Well, Trucker, you be careful.
And they
Stay
knew
safe.
that they were bringing the country back to a godly country instead of where the leftists are trying to take it.
That
God
scares
bless
them.
you. My wife says you're in our prayers for your
We'll see.
health. And thanks, sir, for what you do.
You take care, brother. Be safe. God bless you. Stay safe there, Trucker. Stay safe, Trucker. Let's go here. Let's see if we did that. Yeah, there we go. You know what? I'm going to play this real quick. Share this. Just share this. If there's nothing else you share on the channel, share this.
What are you doing? Just shopping for an Iranian flag on Amazon. Should be here tomorrow because I stand with Iran. Yeah, me too. I'm very excited. No, I stand with Iran. Yes, me too. I stand with Iran. This is a very good. Are we on opposite sides of this? No, I stand with Iran. Hands off Iran. Okay, America needs to leave, but that would mean the regime stays in place. Homosexuality is illegal. Women don't have access to education. And you're for this? Well, I'm against Trump and I'm against the regime in America. Say it. Say you hate Trump. Homosexuality should be criminalized. Women shouldn't get to go to school and Iran shouldn't be free. Or say thank you, Trump. Which one? There
you go. They would add members to the Iranian roof diving team, the rooftop diving team. Absolutely. So good. Come on, that one guy from Tennessee wants GMO lettuce. I have no idea about that. He's going to say you're a racist. Absolutely. That's typically their get out of jail free card is that's what they use. Everybody's a racist. If you don't believe with something, everybody's a racist. Everybody is a racist, or you're a fascist, or blah, blah, blah. It's just the way it is. You know it as good as I do. Let's see here. We got some super chats rolling in. I want to share all of those. It's what keeps the show alive. Keeps paying for the Wi-Fi and all that stuff that keeps the show moving. Helps me ship some Bibles out. I've got 5 left to ship out. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can find these super chats. Let's start at the top. Who are the Democrats? Who are the Democrats' boss, or is it just TDS? There we go. $2.89 gas prices upstate. Okay. $2.89 gas prices upstate. Appreciate that. We got 5 new members. Cassandra gave out some memberships. God Bless America gave out some memberships. Okay, thank you. We always try to get new members. God Bless America gave out some more. Scott Bonner is a new member. Didn't know Ruben was a stick in the mud. Oh, that's disgusting. I see what you did there. Let me give you that one.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shagalaka.
And Florida Trucker, no more self-censoring. Guys, gals, girls, it's the Ben Dyke Show. I'm out of here. No long goodbyes. See you in the morning, 6:30 a.m. And let me go ahead and give you one of these. There we go. Take care.